Okay. Let's see here. Here we are. Today in Bangkok, it is June 27th. It's a Thursday. I don't usually stream on Thursday, but I don't want to stream tomorrow, and I'm not going to stream on Sunday. So I might as well stream today. Let me go on here. Hang on a second. Make sure everything is copacetic. We'll get started. As the title of this video states, we're going to talk about some Thai news today. I mean, you know, it's time to catch up a little bit. Why not? Let's see. Okay. All right, now we're starting to get a couple of people coming in. Very good, very good. I like to see that. Put my glasses on here. Good morning, Mr. Daniel. How you doing? How are you enjoying your time in Thailand? Okay, done. Now I'm ready to roll, baby. Let's see here. Turn the sound down. Yes, indeed. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Start it up. All right. Okay. Here we are. Have some market reports on our topic today. Okay. I eagerly anticipate your market report. I'm not kidding. I don't know if I'm going to get that serious, but it's good to know. And yeah, I don't know. You know, I've been. Well, first of all, let me just get into the usual things that we talk about. 36.98 baht to the dollar, which is actually really good. I'm hoping it goes over 37, and we have 37 baht to the dollar. That's what I'm hoping for. I like to see 37. My wife was like, it's only like 34 now. I'm like, no. It's almost 37. It's a big difference. Getting an extra 10% for your money. The air quality is a 38, which is not too bad. Temperature 83. It is starting to cool off a bit. High of 91, low of 78. Feel like temperature 92. It is cooling off a little bit, but it's because it's rainy, or that's one of the reasons. It's kind of rainy out and overcast. It's just not. Since I've been in Canon, the weather has not been great anywhere. It hasn't been great in Canon, hasn't been great in Sichuan, hasn't been great in Phuket, and it hasn't been good in Bangkok. Now, there's two things I want to talk about, and I've talked about these before, but 85% humidity, 78 is the dew point. So there you go. All right, now, as far as what I wanted to talk about, I do want to talk about the news. We'll talk about that in a minute. I have to talk about two things. One is pollution. Second is motorbike taxis. And why I'm thinking of just putting some money aside and getting myself a motorbike. Not necessarily for Bangkok, but for maybe going on little trips farther outside of just where my little circle here. And the reason is because I don't really trust the motorbike drivers. You know, it's one thing you're driving along and the guy's going a little bit too fast, but like, I either get these guys, they're going like 10 miles an hour, and you're like, come on, dude, speed up. or I get some guy who's going, 100 miles an hour. This is what it seems for me. Or I get these guys who are like, they're going straight. There's a car that wants to come out and turn out in front of him, and he's like, okay, come on. And then there's like 25 cars trying to pull out in front of me. He's like, oh, come on. Yeah, you can go ahead. He's trying to be polite. I'm like, listen, I don't think you have to be impolite. Yeah, I'll get a Thai driver's license. I'll do all that. I'll get insurance. I'll do everything. It might be a few months, 6 months or so, but I want to do it. I think it's something I need to do. Just to have the bike at home just for some kind of a situation. And also, if I'm going to go somewhere, listen, I can get out of Bangkok. I just don't want to drive in Bangkok. If I get out of Bangkok, then it's a little bit easier if I'm in some little town, if I'm in Pattaya, if I'm in wherever it is. I don't usually go to Pattaya that much, but okay. So that's what I'm thinking. And the reason is just because the motorbike taxis, I don't want to say they irritate me, because that's not really the case. There's some nice guys, but I mean, if you, like, we have our set group of motorcycle drivers at the end of our street. We have another at the other end of the street. There's more motorcycle drivers, and they're not allowed to pick you up. Hey, Richard, how you doing? Well, you gotta deal with that for sure. I'm glad to hear you're dealing with that, because yeah, everybody is, and I am, I can tell you that. I just don't talk about it much, Richard. But I'm constantly doing that, and yeah, that's about all I'll say about it right now. But thank you very much, Richard. I appreciate it, and appreciate you watching. I was wondering how you're doing. Haven't heard from you in a while. Andy, how you doing? Where are you? What are you doing? Anyway, with the motorcycle drivers, I get these group of guys, and these are the same guys every single day. So you get like 2 or 3 different drivers who are picking you up for weeks at a time. You get to know these guys. I got one little guy, he's tiny. He's like 4'9", weighs about 85 pounds. And he's like the kind of guy who is so timid when he drives that it's like you're just sitting there, and I'm just going, I mean, we're sitting there today at the intersection. He had the right of way. He could have kept going, and he's just sitting there, and I'm like, go. What are you waiting for? And I'm just like, oh my God, okay. And I try to be patient. This is the thing. This is the thing with living in Thailand. You learn patience. That doesn't mean that you want to keep it in check all the time. Sometimes these guys are like sitting there, and they're like in outer space, and I'm like, dude, go, drive. He's a nice guy, and but I would rather drive myself. When I see this shit, I just go, oh, I'd rather drive myself. Okay, so that's one thing. The motorcycle thing. And one day I wake up, oh, they're all fantastic guys and girls, and then the next day I wake up and I go, oh my God, it's like you're going 3 miles an hour. And then if there's traffic, they're racing in between cars. They're trying to, oh, I gotta get there, I've gotta hurry up. And I'm like, wait a minute, what is your hurry? You're gonna make the same amount of money. I mean, you're gonna save like 2 minutes if you speed. And in the meantime, might be going through the back windshield of a taxi. Anyway, the other thing was pollution. I just want to talk about that real quick, because I'm walking down the street a couple days ago, and I actually took some video of a canal, because I thought, this is absolutely disgusting, this canal. It's disgraceful. And I thought, okay, good. Off to Indonesia. And I just was thinking to myself, Do people not care and they just want to throw their garbage in the canal all the time? And then I look at, the other day we were out in Chinatown, and I guess it was Tuesday, and I see the Ong Canal. Now that canal was just full of garbage before, and they have managed to clean it up and make that area a little trendy area. How hard is that to do? A little paint, you get people going through. I mean, clean the garbage up that's floating on the top of the water. I don't know how difficult it is. And I don't have a canal really in my neighborhood, although down the street there's a canal, but that's it's a bit bigger. Or I would go and I would actually try to pick up some garbage. And I'm just thinking to myself, how are they ever going? I just don't understand it. You've got this city here that is, this is a major city. This is a big city. You understand there's going to be pollution. But how is it that they feel that they can justify top-notch prices, the most expensive prices that they can charge? That's what they want. They want this to be a very expensive destination. How can they justify that when you go by a canal and there's nothing but garbage in the canal, and you're looking around and the buildings are all old and dilapidated? I mean, sometimes that's a good thing. But some of the buildings are old and dilapidated and they need to be torn down. And you're looking around and I'm going, why do I want to pay top dollar at some restaurant in this neighborhood? Why? And I never have the answer. Well, my answer is I don't. I like to, if I want to I'll go on a rooftop bar. I'll go somewhere where things are nicer. So, anyway, that's that. Let's see, what else do I have to do real quick before we get into the news. Now, the one big thing about the news, I just saw this today, and I feel for this guy, although it's been at least 53 years. American looks for dad's Thai ex-girlfriend. And they got this picture, and this girl was a nice-looking girl, I guess. Back in the 60s and 70s, she had her look. A user on the Reddit social network posted about looking for a former Thai girlfriend of his father who was near the northeastern province of Nakhon Phanom during the Vietnam War. He wrote last week that his father, an American, had been near Nakhon Phanom between 1968 and 1971 and missed his Thai girlfriend who was called Oi. There's only, one or two Ois in all of Thailand. The social platform user wrote he would like to know more about her. My dad, a white American, was near Nakhon Phanom around 68 to 71. He had a few photos of his girlfriend at the time. He kept a large photo of her in our home while I was growing up, and I've always wondered what happened to her. Based on what he's told me, she would be about 70 years old now, the post read. He talked about her fondly, and I was told he wanted to marry her. My grandfather didn't let that happen. My dad said her name is pronounced Oi in English, but I don't know how to write her name properly in Thai or English. I'm curious what happened to her. Maybe you can help. I mean, it's been 53 years. Or 56 years. I would just say let it go. Fond memories. Let it go. Don't try to find her. Because you'll probably find some chick who's got like 3 kids. She's an old lady. It ain't going to be the same as when you were young. That's what I'll say. I don't understand it, but this article, it was in the Bangkok Post, man. So, there you go. Why, I don't know. Good morning, Bruce. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, that's that one. We'll start out with that little wonderful tidbit of information. Now, Police body backs dismissal of Big Joke. If you remember, Big Joke has been suspended. This is Big Joke. Big Joke, the guy who, constantly is trying to thwart corruption, which is like banging your head on the wall here in Thailand. Commission chaired by PM votes unanimously to sack high-flying officer over alleged gambling links. Now, supposedly he's a gambler, which doesn't surprise me. Yeah, took 3 hours to come up with this. Police General Surachat, a high-profile figure with a flair for self-promotion, has attracted unwanted publicity in recent months because of allegations that he and 4 subordinates were involved in money laundering for the BNK Master Gambling Network. The deputy chief has denied the allegations, saying they were concocted by rivals on the force to block his path to the police chief's position. Well, now, don't they have to prove this? Hey, thank you very much there, Paul. Appreciate it. Sawati Cup and Chokdi and all that good stuff. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. The dismissal order was issued in April and signed by Deputy National Police Chief Kitrat Panpit, who was appointed acting chief after Police General Surachat and Police Chief Torasak Sukirimon were transferred to the Prime Minister's office in a move to address a mounting rift within the force. I don't know why they're doing this. I mean, I do. It's a power thing. They want to show him he's not what he thinks he is. But don't you have to prove it? Don't you have to be tried and found guilty before they just say, okay, well, we're going to kick you out? Well, I mean, gambling's a problem. We know if gambling gets out of hand, it's a big problem, a huge problem. And I'm not saying that he's not guilty. All I'm saying is, don't they have to find him guilty in public? Don't they have to say, we have ample proof that this guy is guilty, and we don't want him going any further in the police force, blah, 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 blah. Police General Surachat on Monday threatened to file a malfeasance complaint against the Prime Minister if he failed to have the order dismissing him from the force revoked. Well, he's not having it revoked. On Tuesday, the embattled officer filed a defamation suit with the Bangkok South Criminal Court against a police general who is a member of the police commission. The general allegedly implicated him in online gambling right after the court issued an arrest warrant. Okay, so they have an arrest warrant for him. Now, what have they done with that? I don't know, because they're not saying it. But this police general, Winai, responded on Wednesday by saying, I am not worried as I can present evidence through the judicial process. Well, I would think you would do that first before you would take him from his position. Or, maybe you would temporarily suspend him and that would be it. And then you'd have to find out, is he guilty or not. I believe this was an attempt to silence and disqualify individuals from voting in the meeting to determine whether to revoke Police General Surachat's dismissal. All right. So, I start reading into this, and it's just more and more stuff, and I just go, I really don't want to know more about it. I know a few people, and I don't know them now. I haven't talked to them in a while, but I bumped into a guy the other day. He is not a high-ranking officer or anything like it, but he worked with them. I bumped into him the other day. It was nice seeing him. I haven't seen him in like 12 years. And so I just, we talked for about 10 minutes. And what I remember is that when you are, because I've met and hung out with like 3 or 4 generals, they don't have the same attitude that you and I have. Their attitude is like, I don't want to say their shit doesn't stink. That's not the gist I'm trying to get across. It's more like, I am someone who is someone, and you need to respect me. Each one of them have that air about them And there were things that they were doing and saying to me, and I just laughed but I couldn't say anything. There were things that they were doing, and I knew it was a bunch of BS, and I just couldn't say anything. For the most part, they were decent guys. They were cool to me. They were always nice to me, but that's the Thai way. They will be nice to you, but they will do what they have to do, and they will expect you to toe the company line. So, who knows what happened with this guy, why he's being pressed, but he is being pressed, and I don't ever see him becoming police chief. Although stranger things have happened, but once this happens to where you're out in the public and you could be a gambler and you could be this, you could be that. I can't see him going any further. His time is done, and he may be able to do some things in the police force, but he's not going to get to be police chief. That's just not going to happen. All right, so let me go on here. I didn't really read this one, but it says factories closing as cheap imports flood Thailand. Many local factories producing electronics, steel, and plastics have shuttered this year as purchase orders shrink and cheap imports flood the Thai market. Well, I got a cheap import right now, and I can guarantee you it's from China. And that is the little mini tripod that I bought the other day in Chinatown. 139 baht. So it's like, maybe it's $3.50. I have a much better one that is made out of steel, and it is very high quality, but I just thought I like this one because it's light. So I brought it. So that's what I'm using right now. I'm using a plastic part that came from China that's dirt cheap. The shutdowns were ranked based on the investment value of the factories. The closed electronic parts and printed circuit board factories at the highest investment value of 2.29 billion baht. So that's shut down now. Coming second was steel and iron factories with investments of 1.4 billion baht, followed by plastics manufacturing facilities valued at 930 million baht. 12,551 people have been laid off in a 5-month period. And a key reason for all of these things is the lack of competitiveness compared with other countries that are exporting the same products to Thailand. Thailand's pricing themselves out. I don't know what else to say. Chinese steel imports have dented the capacity utilization of Thailand's steel industry, with the rate declining to 28% between January and February, marking a new low. And the manufacturing production index remains flat, or has gained just 1% on the year 2024, which is a downgrade from earlier predictions of 2 to 3% growth. All right, so, basically what that means is Thailand is having problems competing. I don't know how they're going to get some of these places to come into the country and do business with them. I really don't know. What is this? Ukraine boss laments opening loss after Euros. I don't follow that. All right, let me see here. Here's what we want to talk about. Cannabis. Public health minister discusses cannabis reclassification amidst strong public support. This guy looks like a patsy, I'm sorry, to me. He just looks like some guy there that, who knows what they're doing with him. The public health minister discussed the potential reclassification of cannabis as a type 5 narcotic after opening the proposal for a public consultation from June 11th to June 25th. Following public consultation, 100,000 people participated. More than 80% of people support the reclassification. I find that extremely difficult to believe. Really. The draft approved by the Narcotics Control Board is a preliminary measure to address ongoing issues with recreational use. They have such a problem with recreational use. I don't know why. Lots of manufacturers going to Vietnam now, electronics, cars. Yes, Although there are car manufacturers, and they were talking about Mac coming, Apple coming here. There's all kinds of things. So I don't really know what's what, why they're doing what they're doing, but I try to understand stuff on a superficial level, but I don't really want to understand it more than that, because I've just come to the realization that most stuff doesn't matter much. You can't do anything about it. Okay, when it comes to politicians in America, you can vote, you can cast your vote, but that's about all you can do. And what else are you gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna support this guy or support that guy, and you're gonna vehemently support him. Oh yes, that's gonna make a difference. No, it's not. And that's what I mean. And I hate to say it again. I just don't care about America. I care about 10%. I care about my family, my friends. I care that, the people do well because I want America to do well. Other than that, yes, all these things grind my gears, and I don't want to get upset about it. I don't want to think about them and worry about it, and oh my God, and I hear people, I see some guys that they come here, some American guys, some Europeans, they're talking about their country. Oh my God, can you believe what's happening? Jesus Christ. And I'm like going, don't care. And it's not that I don't care in the traditional sense, in the strict sense of the definition of not caring. Of course I care. But how much can I care? Why do I really care? What do I care about? My family, my friends. I care about them. I care about doing what I want when I want. Do I eat healthy? Really, there's only a few other things than that. Oh, I get to fly my drone. Hey. Reverse aging. Oh, yes. Mr. Reverse Aging changed his name again. His name is no longer 2/4 Korean. It's Mr. Reverse Aging. I don't even want to get into that. I don't even want to explain that. I look at myself now, honestly, and I go, 30 years ago, 35 years ago, I had hair, I was thin, I was lean, I was pretty nice looking. I got it going on. Now I'm like, listen, it ain't gonna get better. Generally, most guys and women, especially women, they don't get better looking as they age. I don't think I'm getting better looking. I mean, I am what I am for my age. That's it. And after a while, you just go, that's the way it goes. Other name on tablet. Okay. I don't want to get into that. All right, let me go on here, if I can. All right, we talked about this. Now, I don't understand. Regarding the potential importation of non-narcotic cannabis parts, SOMSAC clarified that the intention is not to permit such imports. However, the final decision rests with the Narcotic Control Board. I don't understand all this, what they're doing. I don't really understand the purpose behind it, and that's the thing. What is their main goal? Oh, well, we don't want recreational use. Okay, why? Why is it you can use alcohol recreationally? Although, the other day it was like 147, and I go up to the counter. I got some groceries. I got 2 bottles of beer. I figured I'll get a bottle of beer for my wife, a bottle of beer for me. When we want it, on the weekend or whenever, we can just sit down and have ourselves a beer. She starts scanning it. Oh, sorry, sir. Now, not 2 o'clock. You need to wait. I said, oh my God. I had everything in the basket. The guy just put everything in the basket. He goes, we wait for you. I sat down right next to where the cashier was, and I just waited the 15 minutes, 13 minutes, whatever it was. Then immediately, right at 2 o'clock, I went back and bought everything. And I'm like going, yeah, I really need all this government interference. And so I don't understand why they're doing it with the cannabis when they're earning so much money. I'd like to see, I don't know how, I would say alcohol probably earns more money now. I don't know. Let me see something here. I'm going to find this out. Let's see. Hold the drinks and pass the cannabis. No. So they lowered the taxes. We know that, but it doesn't tell me. Wait a minute. What is this? I think it surpasses the tax that they get from alcohol. Now this is in the United States. So anyway, all right, I'm not gonna be able to find that out, but either way, the millions of dollars that they earn, where are they going to get it? Where else are they gonna get it from? Well, you know, we say that, but you know, this is Thailand. They can do whatever they want. And I personally, you know, they're like 80% of the 100,000 people support reclassification. I don't buy it. I really don't believe it. I think there's a lot of closet marijuana smokers that they're just like, who cares? Who really cares? Like, do I care if some guy's puffing a joint? No. Now, I don't want to see him walking down the street, smoking it in front of little kids, and the kids are like, hey, what's that, man? I don't want to see that. But listen, go in your house, smoke it, do whatever you want with it. I don't care. They passed the gay marriage here. Do I care what some guy does or some girl does behind closed doors? If they're touching body parts that maybe the opposite sex usually touches, I don't care. What does it matter to me? How does it affect me? I don't get it. It doesn't affect me at all. Now, I may not believe that, you know, I don't really believe in some of these things, because I believe, for me, I like women. I've always liked women, right? Most men like women. But if they like a guy, so what? Good for them, as long as they're happy. So I don't get it. They will pass these laws about gay marriages, and yet you can't smoke a weed that grows out of the grass. Anyway, I'll just go on and on and on and on for this, because it's just, it never will end. There will always be people fighting about this, which I just don't understand. Now, I thought this little article here very interesting, and it's about is this the one? Yes. A man who moved to Lisbon in Portugal opened up on his experience and explained that there was a lot that shocked him. The expat lived in many parts of Europe before settling down in sunny Portugal. However, the expat found it very difficult from other European cities he had been to. He explained on his YouTube channel, which I'm not going to state what it is. His initial opinion of the capital city is there are a lot of things that aren't great. Well, then why did you move there? This is the thing. He's a guy on YouTube who moved there for a month. That's what he's been there for, a month. And now he's coming out with all these opinions on how it is. And you know, if you live in a place for a month, you're not living there. You're just scratching the surface. It's just like if you come to Thailand, you go, oh, I live in Thailand. I've been here 3 weeks now. Yeah, you may have moved to Thailand. You may plan on living in Thailand for the rest of your life or for years, whatever. But that doesn't mean at that juncture that you know what the hell's going on. Because, like, let me tell you something. After 3 weeks, you don't know nothing. And if you don't speak the language, you're only going to get in so deep. Really. You're only going to learn so much about the culture. Camden said, I think of Lisbon as a city of extremes. You have this extreme beauty, an extreme charm, and an extreme culture. But at the same time, it feels like there is an extreme pain. He explained it further, referring to uncleanliness in the city, and shared he has noticed a lot of poverty. The expat continued, it's probably the dirtiest city I've ever seen in Europe, and I've seen of quite a few. This is not a clean city. Isn't that what I say about Bangkok? It's not a clean city. There are places that are very, very clean in Bangkok. They are immaculate. And then there are places that are absolutely filthy. So I don't think it's any different than any other big city. What I'm saying about Thailand is, if they really want this to be a higher end destination, they need to clean it up and make it to where people feel like when they come here, wow, look at this place. My wife went to Singapore and she goes, how come Thailand can't be clean like Singapore? So, well, maybe it's because the Thai government doesn't want to beat people every time they chew gum and spit it on the ground. I don't know. However, the expat added he'd only been in Portugal for 1 month and stressed his opinion was only based on a short period of time. Yeah, okay. He commented on the prices of the city, explaining it has become more expensive from my understanding amid an influx of wealthier expats moving to the area. Businesses were able to drastically raise prices because there was now a group of people that could afford them. Lisbon is a popular spot for tourists and expats alike, and Camden was quick to praise the amazing weather and stunning views the city has to offer. Now let me just finish this up here. Moving abroad is a big decision for anyone, but luckily expats will often share advice for others considering the move. I don't know that that's a good thing. I mean, honestly, you got guys, like I said, they've been here a month, they've been here 6 months, they've been 3 weeks, and they're telling people, oh yeah, Thailand is like this. Why are you listening to these people? They don't know shit. Most of them don't know shit. They know how to buy a pad thai. They know maybe how to call an Uber or Grab or whatever it is. They may know that. But other than that, they really don't know that much. So, I would say, do your own research and look at the facts, look at the figures, look at the truth. Not what people, like some guy who's been in the country for a month are saying. I mean, what is that? I mean, you ask me and I'll tell you, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm right. I would say that depending on the situation, I probably am a lot more right than some of these guys who come here for a short period of time. That's just from experience, that's all it is. This comes as expats in Spain warn of a common mistake when moving that makes it harder for everyone. All right, we're gonna have to look at that. They warned against discussing their living budgets publicly. They said, the rent is getting way higher because of the influx of people. If you're looking for an apartment, I beg you, do not post your budget. I mean, it might be inexpensive for some of you, but that doesn't mean it's inexpensive for everyone else who is here or for the locals. Listen, people find out the prices. Just shut up. If you don't like it, too bad. Really, I mean, I don't want to have to pay 30,000 baht for an apartment. But I know at some point in my life, if I want to live in an apartment in Thailand, maybe that's the direction it's going. But maybe I'll die before I ever pay that much. I don't know. And the word of advice for anyone looking to move to Spain, let's see here. Oh my God. Yeah, this website is taking from all these YouTubers. Yeah, exactly. The rent is getting way higher because of the influx of people. If you're looking for an apartment, I beg you, do not post your budget. It's making it harder for everyone to look for an apartment. No, it's not. People could get overcharged, but a good rule of thumb is 10 euros per square meter. Anything double that is insane to me. If you have an 80 square meter apartment, then it's 800 euros would be a fair price. I hate to tell you this, but everywhere you go, every year, every minute that goes by, every second that goes by, prices go up. Very rarely do they go down. Now, this group of people said, the people in Spain are very nice and more people speak English than when they first moved there. They've been there 2 years, which is useful even though they are working to learn Spanish. The expats also praised the variety of good food options and great culture in Valencia. So they're in Valencia. While she loves her life in the Mediterranean spot, I'm not going to say it. She said she would never go back. The expat admitted she had to make some initial adjustments. One of the biggest culture shocks so far, even from the very beginning, was the lack of personal space that everyone gives here. For me, it was crazy. I don't know how it's just everywhere else but home. If you are near someone, it's just weird. You cannot be too close to someone or you'll be considered a weirdo. You cannot be too close to someone or you'll be considered a weirdo. Shut up, chick. Jesus Christ. Fucking yelling, man. If you go into the if you go into the metro and there's someone sitting in the metro car, you need to go to the next metro car, because if you sit in the same one, you've got some weird motives. So if I sit next to someone, if the seat is empty on the BTS and I sit next to someone, then I'm a weirdo because I'm too close to them. That's basically what they're saying. You know, I don't want to be negative. I like to be positive. I want to be positive. Woohoo. But like, I read this. This is off the GB News, which, let me see what the front page of their website says. Deal with the Taliban. Sunak fired back as Starmer put on back foot over illegal immigration. I don't even know who put this website together, but you know, I read 2 articles off of it about expats, and they're talking about YouTubers who have been in the country for what amounts to very little bit of time. And I'm just like, why did I read this? You know? Why are you changing from name to name? Reverse aging to 2/4 Korean twin. All right, I guess. What are your plans for the day, 2/4 Korean twin? You gonna sit at home all day, or are you gonna go out somewhere? I have several errands to run. All right, let me go on here. More news. Oh yeah, I thought this was pretty good. This is from Mercer. Hong Kong remains most expensive city in the world for international employees, according to Mercer's 2024 cost of living ranking. Now let me read these rankings. All right, here we go. Let's see here. Let's see. I want to look at the total picture here. to see like where Bangkok is, if they have Bangkok in here. Oh, they're talking about how they find the rankings and all. All right, let me just see here. You know, I just want a list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, they're not going to tell you unless you sign up. View the full city rankings. All right, let's see here. Jesus Christ. Let me see here. They have eggs, olive oil, cup of coffee, gasoline, blue jeans, a haircut. Buenos Aires, eggs are extremely expensive. 403%. Istanbul, 48%. LA, they're cheap. Price has gone down 22% in LA. The average is an increase of 24%. Do I see Bangkok in here? No, they don't have Bangkok. Cup of coffee. Yeah, Buenos Aires and Istanbul are very expensive. The price has gone up 282% in Buenos Aires. Hong Kong, 0.5%. This is worth. Sydney, 22.9% increase. The average increase is 18.1%. Istanbul, the change in housing rental prices is 300%. But they don't have Bangkok in here, so I don't know why. But let me see something here. I will tell you the top 10 in 2024, the cost of living rankings. Number 10, Los Angeles. Number 9, Nassau, Bahamas. Number 8, London, England. Number 7, New York City. Number 6, Bern, Switzerland. Number 5, Basel, Switzerland. Number 4, Geneva, Switzerland. Number 3, Zurich, Switzerland. Number 2, Singapore. Number 1, Hong Kong. Where is Tokyo? Where is Tokyo? Does it have it on here? Let's see. I think this is it right here. Okay, full city ranking. All right. Let's see here. Tokyo. Where is Tokyo? Tokyo, number 49. How is that? Where is Bangkok? Oh my God. Let me see here. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, let's see here. Bangkok, 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 Bangkok. Lisbon, number 100. Bangkok, number 129. And it's gained 24. The change is 24. It's gone up 24. Or gone down 24, rather. Sorry. Phnom Penh, 123. So Phnom Penh is more expensive than Bangkok. Manila, 131. Dhaka, 140. Panama City, 151. Casablanca, 153. Jakarta, there you go, Andy. 157. What happened? I just lost everything? What? Yeah, I don't understand that. They say go to the third page. You go to the third page, there's nothing there. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get this. But I mean, Bangkok's like number 129. I don't think so. Full ranking. Here we go. Let me see here. 2, 3. Yeah, it doesn't, oh, here it is, okay. All right, number 3. All right, Nagoya, Japan is 161. And then you got like India, Peru, Dominican Republic, Egypt, Poland, Burundi, Azerbaijan. Number 172, Vietnam. Vietnam's got some cheap beer, or Hanoi, cheap beer. Bogota, Colombia, 174. Ho Chi Minh City, 178. Yangon, Myanmar, 183. Tbilisi, Georgia, 188, excuse me. Let's see, is there anywhere else? Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, number 200. Vientiane, number 211. That's crazy. Some of these prices are absolutely crazy. Pakistan, they've got 2 places in the bottom 5, so they're cheapest in Pakistan. So the cost of living for Bangkok's in the middle. And I guess, if I think about it, it seems fair. Because, okay, when you go to the grocery store, prices are pretty much the same across the board. Maybe a little cheaper, maybe a little more expensive. But when you go to, like, look for a rental property, the prices are much lower. All right, what is this here? Let me see. Hang on here. Pattaya taxi riders to lose job after gang attack on Russian man. Pattaya, to me, you may think Pattaya is a perfect example, a shining example of another city in Thailand. I think Pattaya is probably one of the most problematic cities in all of Thailand. When it comes to, you know, people getting in disputes, getting drunk, getting in fights, Pattaya and Phuket, and I think Pattaya beats Phuket. Muang Pattaya police station officers plan to close a motorcycle taxi shelter outside Central Pattaya shopping mall after a gang attack on a Russian man on Saturday. Previous incidents involved attacks on foreigners have been reported, with Pattaya residents likening the behavior of the motorcycle taxi drivers to that of a mafia gang. No surprise there. On June 24th, there was a video that was released on Facebook showing a group of motorcycle taxi riders attacking a foreign man, later identified as a Russian national. After the video went viral on Thai social media platforms, more locals submitted complaints and these taxi riders abused their power with residents like a mafia gang. They did not allow anyone to park on public roads in the area, especially app-based drivers. Which, that right there, why are the police not involved? Why are they not sticking their beaks in and saying something about this? Locals added that some motorists parked there temporarily just to pick up their friends or family members, but the taxi drivers would express their anger and chase those motorists away. Get a baseball bat. It says, the Department of Land Transport was asked why they allowed taxi riders to have control over a public road. His followers agreed with him and demanded the authorities take action on the matter. Supposedly the Russian raised his middle finger at them, sparking the physical altercation. I got news for you. A guy flips you off, you just go, eh. You don't take it personally. You don't be, oh my God, you offended me. Come on. These guys, you know, and the thing is, And I'll tell you this because it's happened to me. If there's a gang of them, oh, they'll gang up on you. That never happened to me. If they're alone, they won't gang up on you. Generally, they'll back down. And I've told the story before of when I went on a motorcycle and I was like, what's that smell? And then I went, oh God, I think this guy's been drinking. And then he started driving erratically. And I told him, I go, hey man, just pull over. And he pulled over like, a third of the way to where we were going. And he wanted the full price. Like, I'm not paying you everything. I'm not paying you like 150 baht. I'll give you like 50 baht. And I was like, all right, I'll give you like 100 bucks. No. He got all pissed off. And then like he put his helmet down and he wanted to fight. And I said, okay, let's go. This is many years ago. Well, maybe 8-10 years ago. And I said, okay, let's go. And then all of a sudden he went, well, I don't really want to. Why you do that to me? And then, the next day he came to me and said, I was drunk. I'm sorry. I didn't want to fight with you. But when he pulled over on the side of the road and I said, let's go, 2 other motorbike taxi drivers walked over to me and they said, what's the problem? And they were going to get involved. And I go, the problem is your guy here is drunk and I don't want to drive with him. Then they went, oh, okay. They backed off. They could have very well jumped in and said, you need help, brother? And in somewhere like in Pattaya, they'll do it. Phuket, Pattaya, all the tourist destinations. I don't live in a tourist destination. Bangkapi is not a tourist destination. There may be some tourists that come here, but it's not a tourist destination. And just because somebody flips you off doesn't mean that you have the right to go ahead and just crack them and then beat the hell out of them with 10 guys. Police plan to discuss with the district chief the closure of the motorcycle taxi rank to prevent similar issues in the future, as the riders have already been involved in gang attacks on 3 occasions. A similar physical assault occurred in December of last year when 2 taxi riders were caught on a viral video attacking a foreign man outside central Pattaya Mall. The attackers were believed to be from the same group as the recent case. So, these guys are doing these things, and they're getting away with it. And why are they getting away with it? Because the police don't care. The police don't want to get involved. They don't want to patrol. They're not getting involved in this. And frankly, of course they should shut them. Make them go somewhere else. Sorry, you can't. You have no more authority over this road. Get out of here. And that's another thing. I've never had that problem. Maybe when it was Uber and it wasn't Grab, I had an issue where a guy got pissed at the guy who was driving. And the guy who was driving just went, you know what, screw you, buddy. And yeah, they drink at the same bars, they hang out together, they know each other. And you think about it, you sit at the same little stand all the time, you're just sitting there waiting for customers, you get to know each other. But, a long time ago, I was in the car and the guy was like going, no, I'm allowed to come here. I don't care what you say. And they got into it a little bit. And I thought to myself, what kind of bullshit is this? Since when does a taxi driver have the right to say, no, you can't have an Uber, you can't have a Grab, I can use whatever I want. And usually they're not going to beat the foreigner up, they're going to beat the person driving up, which is sad. But that's the way it goes now. And I haven't had this in a long time. So hopefully I won't have any problems with it. And I haven't seen anything except in like Phuket and in Pattaya. Even in Chiang Mai, I don't see anything in Chiang Mai. So, yeah, I don't know. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? All right, let me look at this here. What else we got here? Oh yeah, Julian Assange stopped in Thailand on his way to North Mariana Islands. I guess he pled guilty to one felony. He is credited with time served, and now he is a free man. Which I don't know all the specifics about this, but you know, I don't think they should have put him in jail. That could happen in Bangkok in one of those police cubicles with tinted glass. They have, I saw what's in the cop there wouldn't even come out to stop it or arrest. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know, these guys just sit in there. Oh, what's going on over there? Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Yeah, I see. You know, most of the time they're not going to do anything. They're not going to get involved, and their mentality is okay. Let me do what I can here without getting involved. You know, and that's why I try not to put myself out there too much. I don't want honestly, I don't want dealings with police officers. I don't want to get to know police officers. I don't want to get to, you know what? I mean, I got to know generals and people in positions of power, and I don't really care about that anymore. I don't want to know them, and I don't want them to know me. They don't need to know me, and I don't need to know them. Leave me alone. I'll just chill in my house, put my feet up, and you don't have to worry about me. I'm just doing my own thing. I'll go to some other country, I'll do whatever I want, and simple as that. And if I want to go somewhere in Thailand, I'll mind my business. I won't get into a scuffle with anybody. I won't make a problem. Guy wants 30 baht instead of 20 baht. Here, take it. You know, but they're not going to get me, okay, well, we're going to charge you 3,000 even though I know it's 30 baht. That's not going to happen. But most of the time, if they want a little bit of extra, I just go, It's not that I want to give them the money. I just don't want the hassle. And when you think about it, and this is a mistake that a lot of people make when they first come to the country, is they start going, wait, I know it's only 50 baht, and you're charging me 80. Well, first of all, when you go, what you should do is pay them before you go. And you go, here's your 50 baht. And they go, oh, no. Oh, yes, I know it's 50 baht. Oh, okay. And, you know, for me, most of the time, I just go, Sawadee Kap, Sawadee my Kap. And then they know, oh, this guy knows the ropes. He knows what's going on. And they usually don't try to jerk me around. Not that they won't, but if they do, so what? I don't have the ego now that says I have to win every interaction. They're not going to get that extra 10 baht out of me. And it's not like I want to give them the 10 baht, but I'm just saying, it's not worth the hassle. My buddy used to tell me this. He goes, so you're going to fight this guy over 20 baht. Yours is 100 baht. He's going to charge you 120. You're going to fight him over 20 baht. He's like, what are you doing? You're going to get yourself in all kinds of trouble. They're going to get in trouble. Somebody's going to get hurt, whatever, for 20 baht. And when I think about it, I just go, yeah, I don't need any hassle. No hassle. And if you're talking about more money, I let my wife deal with it. You know, depending. But she can deal with the big dollar, deal with the banks, deal with whoever. She can do all that. She has her freedom to do that because I don't want to do it. Because I don't want to have to get nasty if they start jerking me around. But she's less apt to get jerked around. Sabai. Definitely. And only in about the last 2 years have I kind of changed to where I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't want any hassles. 110 baht. But it's very smooth and creamy and good. 110 baht for it. Now, let me see. We have other news here. Julian Assange. Oh, what's this here? Oh yeah, this is Thailand extends free foreign tourist insurance until year ends. Free travel insurance coverage. All right, so dead people, if you die, your family gets $1 million baht. If you lose an organ or get a permanent disability, you're covered for 300,000. And accidents are compensated up on verified costs up to a maximum of 500,000. Their target, wow, I didn't know this. Thailand has raised its 2024 foreign tourist arrival target to 36.7 million. 1 million higher than its previous forecast as Thai travel fever gripped inbound tourists over the first half of the year. Thailand travel fever. The Southeast Asian nation has received 15.5 million foreign arrivals so far this year, up 37% year on year, thanks to visa waivers and tourism promotion policies. And then down below you have these comments. How can someone use it? The Thai embassy in my country doesn't even seem to know about it. I wonder how easy it is to collect on if you end up needing it. And finally, Thailand is losing tourism big time. Desperate measures. So, I have no idea how easy it is to use it. I have no idea. I really don't know. No, but the thing is that he's here on a retirement visa now. So he's not a tourist. All right, so 90 at the Goose Cafe, but I'm not at the Goose Cafe. I'm here. So what do I care? I like the cappuccino here. It's good, and it doesn't cost me much to get here. If I wanted, I could walk here, which is fantastic. Hang on 1 second. Let's see here. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Just put it over here. Save it. Boom. I'm going to smoke some grass. Starting to hurt. I don't know what really, I really think about it a lot. I have no idea why I was such a prolific weed smoker. Enjoy, Carlos, really, enjoy. I hope it takes your pain away. I don't know why I was such a prolific smoker when in my teens, in my 20s, and a little bit in my 30s, but really mainly in my 20s and my teens. I was such a prolific smoker. I loved to smoke, and now I don't want anything to do with it. It does nothing for me. I don't know why. I have no clue, but I'm not against other people being able to use it recreationally. So, I don't have anything against it. It's just for me, I just don't like it. I mean, I used to like to drink tequila out of the bottle with a bunch of guys. I don't want to do that anymore. You have the grass oil. Is that what you do? You sit in your house there, look at the You look at the wall and smoke grass oil out of the pen. Send button should be moved. You got me. I don't understand. Oh, there's Cyrus. I didn't see Cyrus. Good morning, Mr. Cyrus. Cyrus. I didn't see you earlier, but good of you to come in. I don't do it daily. Well, you know, I don't ever do Katam daily. But, you know, my wife's sister was here, and she's like, oh, you want me to send you some? And I'm like, no, you don't have to send me. You don't have to send me. I can get my own if I need it. There's still 2, 3, 4, 5 places, at least 5 places I know within like a kilometer of my house. I mean, you know, it's so funny because I see these people in America talking about, oh, I'm gonna take these pills, I'm gonna use this powder. I'm gonna be like, really? You're gonna do that? Listen, I just go down to the market and they got, for 20 baht, you got stacks and stacks of leaves. You know, a kilo is 200 baht to 350 baht. So now you're on a sober kick, you're on the wagon. Today's what, Thursday? Yes, it's Thursday. Oh my God. Haven't had a drink since Friday. Good for you. Keep up the good work. 6 days sober. Oh God. And neither do I. I mean, listen, I still have bottles of Patron left. I mean, you know, it's about 20% left. I have that silver Hornitas, I still have that left. And I have some other stuff left. I have like 3 bottles of tequila left out of like 8 that are like, they're like 6 to 8 years old, these bottles. I don't even know if the tequila's still good. It probably get me sick, I don't know. I gotta get the wife to drink some with me. Anyway, so let me see here about the news. I just want to take one last look here. Yeah, we already talked about the insurance. Oh, I didn't see this. Thailand begins crackdown on beggars in tourist hotspots. Well, if they want to crack down on beggars, all they have to do is go right on this bridge right here. The same ones sit there all the time. And I'm like, now if I walk by here once every 2 months, I would see, you know, I'd see the 1 or 2 that are sitting there all the time. But if I walk by every day, they're there every single day. And they don't look that bad. Now, I don't know what's wrong with them. So come at, you know, listen, I don't forget the guy who, he's a Muslim. He's got all pressed clothes. He's very nice and very, very, very well dressed. And he's sitting there. And I'm like, what am I going to give this guy money for? Is he providing anything of value to me? Do I really feel that bad for him? No, I don't. And you know that guy is still there. Then there's another guy there down on Nana. He's got half a leg, and he doesn't look in good shape. I gave him some money once, and then I see him there again, and I go, okay, I didn't give him any money. Then the next time I gave him a little money. Then the next time I came, he's like, I was like, no. Sorry, buddy. And every single time I go there, he's there. So he's making a living from that particular spot, you know, which, hey, whatever, you got to do your own thing, I understand. You make it however you can, but I don't have to be a part of it. So, apparently, now what happened to where did it go? I'm talking about it and I lost it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Where is it? What did I do? I just passed it up? Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Oh, is this it right here? Oh, here we go. Yeah, crackdown on beggars in tourist hotspots. People visit Benjikit Park in Bangkok. Why did they put that up as a photo for beggars? I don't ever see any beggars there when I've gone there. Thailand has stepped up its crackdown on beggars flooding in Bangkok streets and other busy tourist hotspots to protect its tourism reputation. How are you going to protect its tourism reputation? The begging problem in Bangkok is not that bad. It's not like some countries where they follow you, they bug you. That's not how it is. And I think they have a lot more things to worry about than some beggar trying to get 20 baht or 100 baht out of you or whatever it is. I think they have a lot more things to worry about. About the non-prostitution. Oh my God, there's no prostitution in Thailand. As officials say, some of the beggars can earn 100,000 baht, $2,700.25 a month. Frequent crackdowns targeting street beggars will be conducted. Social Development and Human Security Minister Warawut Silpa Aka said, as quoted by Nation Thailand. Foreigners caught during raids will be deported to their country, while locals will be taken to the state-run protection centers and receive vocational training, the South China Morning Post reported. Begging is considered illegal in Thailand. So how many foreigners do they really catch that are begging in Thailand compared to Thai people? I mean, I understand maybe there's Laotians, Malaysians, Cambodians, Burmese, but I think there's a lot more Thai people than there are foreigners. Under Thai laws, begging can be punished by up to a 1-month imprisonment and or a fine of 10,000 baht. Last year, 6 Chinese beggars were deported for asking for money in tourist areas in Bangkok. Yes, they were deported. And they were deported and they were banned from coming into Thailand for 10 years. Also, wow. Thailand arrests 2 Russians for begging on the street. In Suratani, wow, 650 kilometers south of Bangkok, the men, 36 and 32 years of age, were found busking for money on the streets, which is considered a form of begging in Thailand. Thai police said the Russians held a cardboard sign with the following message written in Thai and English: "Help, I am fleeing war in Russia. My money has run out. I do not want to return to the war. Can you help by donating? Do you have any free food for me?" At a local police station, the men told the police they entered Thailand on December 9th and that they had run out of money. Thailand has received an influx of Russian visitors, with data showing monthly arrivals doubling in November and up nearly 7 times from September. This winter, Thailand is granting 45-day stays for tourists from Russia in an effort to revive its long-furloughed tourism industry. Foreign beggars have stirred debate in Thailand and other Asian countries over whether they deserve special support, or if they are just taking advantage of their hosts to enjoy a free vacation. Let's hope not. In November, 2 European tourists were found selling jewelry on the streets of Bangkok to fund their world tour. Let me fund my world tour. And here, let me just read some of these comments. I always like reading the comments. Foreigners don't understand that when you come to East and South Asia, that the act of begging is the lowest of all lows. In this day and age, even in the hemisphere of the world, they think their pale white skin grants some special privileges and that they can take advantage of civilized Oriental people because they are docile and disciplined. Times have changed. You have nothing to contribute to society or economy, then they get ready to be dealt with. And you wonder why Vietnam denies 3-month visas, and they are right. They will have free food in jail. Right, so I actually don't care what people do for a living, but it should be kind of honest work or service. Begging should be reserved locally and everywhere for locals only in hardship. Helping for begging stranger foreigner should be limited to maybe a phone call or a lift towards some institutions who might be able to help. Baha, you go Thailand. Now that was a Vietnamese person. Again, anybody against this, fine, and I will listen to you. You better be against foreigners begging in all countries, including your own. Don't be a hypocrite. Thai jail or frontline war, sad state of affairs. If it was my son, I wouldn't want them getting shot at. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. No, the beggars are not mainly Burmese. I don't know how you get that. They're not mainly Burmese. They're mainly Thai. Good morning, Mr. Dowlow. Good morning, Jim. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let me continue here. Let's see here. There are plenty of Western beggars on the streets of Thailand. Run out of cash. Go home, morons. Let me tell you what I see about Burmese. I got nothing but good things to say about Burmese in Thailand. Seriously. I go down to the market. I go to other markets. I go to places where there's shipping companies. They're all busting their ass. They're working hard. They're in the market at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, working. I sometimes get bananas from this girl, bananas and watermelon from this girl. She's Burmese. She's like 32 and single. And she busts her ass every single day. She's lucky if she gets a half a day off. So in that same market, there are many, many Burmese that work there, and they are all busting their ass. I mean, they are doing manual labor, hard labor. They're really working hard. Have some compassion. These people have run out of money and was broking for money. No one knows what will happen. I'd like to see them try that in Singapore. Our problem being Asians is that we still process the white worship mentality. And foreigners like this know it. It's time to rethink our stance. Listen, idiot. The white worship comes from white people who think they're worshipped. I don't think I'm worshipped. I don't think I should be worshipped because I got white skin. What kind of stupidity is that? I don't think I should be worshipped simply because I got white skin. Worship me for having extreme intelligence or from doing something that's worthwhile that helps thousands and thousands of people. Okay, that I understand. Oh, you're such. Thank you for doing that. Oh, you're so good. Oh, that's very nice. Okay, not oh he's white. I better be nice to him. Your stance was nice to see in the pandemic. Sit in the hole with a mask and wait until it's over. The result can be visited now in China. If you think begging or busking is part of a post-colonial behavior, then you have a very quirky outlook to visitors in Asia. They hurt anybody with this self-demeaning act apart from you? Plenty of Russians have done it in Hong Kong too. Well, You know, some of the Burmese, you know, and you know what's funny? I mean, honestly, I'll tell you about Nanda, my friend in Myanmar, 2/4 Korean, knows him, he's met him, hung out with him. You know, he doesn't earn a great living, but he's not dirt poor. He's not like somebody who all he does is labor and everything. He's an older guy now. I mean, like, you know, I've known him for like 20 years. He's an older guy. He's got a kid. When I met him, the kid was a baby. And now the kid is ready to go into university. And he's like, Scott, I don't want my kid to go to university here in Myanmar. I need him to go in Thailand. Can you tell me what do I need to do? Blah, 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 blah. Now, frankly, I mean, I know what a Thai citizen needs to do or a foreigner needs to do, but I don't know what a Burmese person needs to do. So I looked at the different options that he has. I'm like, listen, there's no way around it. It's going to cost you money. It's not going to be cheap. And not only do you have to pay for the kids' tuition, you know, which amounts to $300-400 a month. Maybe if you're lucky, it might be $200. But he has to pay for him to stay here, to live here. And if the kid is working, he's not going to be making much money working part-time. It's not going to be enough to fund him. If he has a cheap little 3,000 baht apartment and he's eating like next to nothing, maybe he can get by for like 9,000 baht. And I mean, that's like, you know, he's walking to school, and I mean, that's cheap. Well, 900 bucks is $250, $240, something like that. So with the tuition, I mean, he's looking at $450 to maybe $700 a month. And that may not sound like a huge amount, but think about it. If you're living in Burma and you're earning a Burmese wage, that's a lot of money. So he's trying to figure it out. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with it. I got no money to help him, really. I mean, I got my own kids' tuition to worry about. I have so much white privilege that I can afford to live in Thailand, but not the U.S. It's just a matter of money and where you want to live on the scale of cost of living. You know, oh, I'm going to live in New York City. Well, I'm only going to need like $200,000 to live really good. Then you go, well, I'm going to live really good in Thailand for $1 million baht a year. Does that mean you have white privilege? No, it means you have enough to live in Thailand for a year. That's all it means. I don't believe in all this bullshit about the white privilege. I don't believe any of it. Not in the sense that people talk about it. Anyway. Guys, I think we've come to the end of another live stream. I'm going to take a few days off. I have a video to go up this weekend and maybe another one that will go up on Sunday or Monday. I'm not sure. So keep watching the videos, please. You want to watch the streams, you want to watch the videos, please do that. I appreciate it. Click thumbs up if you would. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe. Click thumbs up, subscribe. What else? What are you saying, Dowlow? Hey, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Bob, Glad to know Mr. Bob is doing okay. Dallo, you don't have to explain. Everybody needs bonding time with their wife. And as you get older, the wife becomes more important and the friends become less important. Hate to say that, but that's true. And I think that's why when you get old, and I mean old like as in 70, 80 years old, you've had friends for a long time, but you don't see them but maybe once every couple of months. Because you're busy with your wife, you're hanging out. And you know, people have their own things going on. They're doing their own thing. They're going where they want to go, or they're just sitting at home, or whatever they're doing. So, yes, Jim, I will see you on Tuesday. I'm gonna take the drone back one more time. I gotta let this guy fly it and see what's going on with it and check everything out. I should have done that when I was there. I didn't think about it. I flew it, and I want to make sure that he thinks everything is good, and you know, but we'll see. I think I'll go there tomorrow or the next day. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, what is bugger bonding? I never heard that before. I'm scared to know. I'm scared to know what that means. Bugger bonding. There you go. Thank you, Dallo. At the buzzer. Right at the buzzer. I love it. Thank you very much, Dallo. Where are you and Jim meeting? Andrew wants to know. Oh, Jesus Christ. Andrew's not invited. I'm sorry. This is a private get-together with me and Jim. I don't know where we're meeting, but we need to go somewhere like where there's an open field or something, but we need to meet somewhere where it's close by. So, anyway. All right, I got things to do, people to see, important stuff to do. Rest my weary bones. Good assumption, Dowlow. He's also known as reverse aging. Later, Gator. All right. It's time for me to get out of here. I gotta go, man. I got things to do. Look at my eyes. You know, I didn't get to sleep until like 1 o'clock last night. Wake up at 5:30. I'm like, I need to go to sleep at 12 o'clock and wake up at like 10. Owlo. I learned slow, but I learned good. Oh God. All right, well, I gotta think what I gotta do. I thought I had it all written down, but I gotta figure it out. I got a couple errands to run. So I'm going to do that. Oh, I love having my little cheap 139 baht mini tripod holding my phone. It's so great. I really like it. Actually, I do like it. And you got the little thing with the Bluetooth that will take a selfie and all that other kind of stuff. It's pretty nice. For 139 baht, I should have bought like 5 of them. Anyway, all right, well, it's time to go, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Until next time, whenever that may be, I will talk to you all later. Yeah, my eyes are always red, man. Yeah, I will talk to you later, and take care of yourself. Come back and see me sometime. And watch the videos this weekend. No grass, man. I wish I could say I've been smoking weed, but no, that's not the case. Definitely not smoking weed. Nothing. Just not sleeping that good. Anyway, I shall bid you all adieu. Choke D, Lil, Jerk, and I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Coming on my 30th year real soon. So, awesome. No, I haven't had Kratom. Didn't have it yesterday. Anyway, see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.